I'm Braxton Coombs,
And I'm Elizabeth Coombs.
and we are members here at First Baptist New Albany. To give you a little history, I actually joined First Baptist New Albany whenever I was in the 10th grade with my dad and was involved with the church. Got to know Elizabeth. We sang in youth choir together. We got married in this church in 2009, and since then we moved away, have been involved in other churches in Alexandria, Virginia, as well as Atlanta, Georgia. But we moved back in 2018 to New Albany and joined First Baptist, and it was great to get back, come home, and super excited about being a part of this church today.
I grew up in this church, was dedicated in this church, was in the nursery in this church. My daddy I grew up watching my daddy sing in this church. Grew up singing in this church, and of course still do now that we're back. And we've been back for the last 7 years or so, and I have just enjoyed being able to watch my children start to grow up in this church. They're now the third generation of my side of the family to be in this church. And both of our girls have made professions of faith and been baptized, and Tate has been dedicated here in this church, and it's just home.
We moved back to New Albany in August of 2018. We had just recently found out that my dad was diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, the month prior, and so we made the decision to come back home to New Albany. And as soon as we did, the first Sunday that we were in town, we came and visited First Baptist again. We obviously would visit home and come here during holidays or different times that we're with family. But it was awesome to just come in and reconnect, and definitely in a different way. We grew up as kids here and have been removed for ultimately with college and then being married for I guess 14 years. And so to be in the midst of some new and different faces, to join Paul and Susan Hall's Sunday school class. That was huge, I think, for us personally. But then also to have some familiar men for me in this church, especially during the struggles of losing my dad and my grandfather. It was incredible. The people of this church have been really good to us, and I think God knew exactly where we needed to be, and we followed His will.
When I first began on the vision team, a story came to mind from the Bible, from a Bible study I did called Trustworthy. And it was a study from 1st and 2nd Kings and 1st and 2nd Chronicles. And one of the studies included the story from the Bible about King Joash and how the priests had neglected to take care of the temple, and it was falling in disrepair. And a lot of the things weren't being done to repair and renovate and take care of it. I thought about our church buildings in that context and how we had a lot of things that we needed to take care of. We're blessed that we have a pastoral staff that cares and genuinely cares, and they're doing the job of what needs to be done to take care of this and to further God's kingdom in this building.
And what excites me the most is the fact that we're able to be a part of this pivotal time where our church is growing, where new families and children are coming in, and we're going to be able to be a part of helping generations to come to glorify God at First Baptist Church, New Albany.
One of the Bible verses that came to mind was, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not into your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths." We don't know all the details, and we don't know all the things that are going to be worked out later. We're just taking it step by step, and trusting that God is going to provide, and we just have to do our part.
I think that we all, at this time have to look to Him, to seek Him, to trust Him, and be obedient in what He lays on our hearts to do with this that He's given us, that'll help to leave a lasting legacy for our families, for future generations, and others that come into contact with us here at First Baptist New Albany.